The Adventures of Thomas, Episode 18. The Shredder is fired. In the last episode, Thomas got stuck in the Shredder of Doom. He figured that if he attached himself to something metal, because his coupling was metal, it would keep him there. And it worked, too. Poor Thomas, said Percy. Whoa. Whoa. Percy was now like a teeter-totter on the side. Whoa. Whoa. Just then a big yellow claw came down and saved him. In fact, it was a screaming banshee. Oof, said Percy. I saved you. Good catch. Said the screaming banshee. It's you, said Percy. Said the screaming banshee. What's wrong? Well, the reason is Thomas is stuck down there. Ah, yes, once I got myself in a jam here, said the screaming banshee. I may not have tough powers like Thomas, but at least I can try to help Thomas out. Are you sure you're going to be all right? Said Percy. Oh, sure, said Screaming Banshee. I'm tough. All right, good luck, said Percy. Meanwhile, Thomas was still stuck. What should I do? Said Thomas. He couldn't use a flight because he'd already used it. And the Screaming Banshee came down. It's you, said Thomas. One and only, said Screaming Banshee, and I'm here to save you. As quick as he could, since he was moving, he grabbed Thomas. But he missed. Whoa, said the Screaming Banshee. No, said Thomas. Ah, the Screaming Banshee waved his claw around. Help me, he said. But it accidentally touched the Shredder. The claw wasn't damaged. I must have touched the outside, said the Screaming Banshee. That's a relief. We went back up and got Thomas just in time, and finally got back up to where Percy was. Phew, gee, thanks for your help, said Thomas. You're welcome, said the Screaming Banshee and Percy. Well, it wasn't not always that easy, said Percy. But then he got interrupted. Do I smell smoke? Said the Screaming Banshee. Well, I guess so, said Thomas. It's a bad sign, said Percy. Look behind you. Oh no, said Thomas. It's fire. Uh-oh. Looks like there's more fire coming, to the Screaming Banshee. It's spreading, said Percy. Quick, we have to call Finn and Belle, said Thomas. The driver quickly phoned 911. But Belle was too busy putting out a fire at the really useful engine shed. Flynn was watching. The workmen got the call. They ran over to Flynn. Flynn, you have a call. Belle can stay here while you can go to the old shredder and put out that fire. On my way, said Flynn. He drove up. The fire was ablaze. Not just the shredder was ablaze. Everything on top of the shredder was ablaze too. Thomas, Percy, and the Screaming Banshee were trapped. Finn better get here soon, said Thomas. I'm back! I'm here, said Flynn. Great, said Thomas. Now I can put this fire out. Just then the crane fell down. Percy and Flynn couldn't get through back to Sodor. Percy, said Thomas. Thomas, said Percy. They are trapped. Fortunately, Finn got all the fire out. The fire was so large that after it was out, everyone was derailed. The screaming banshee was turned over. Thomas and Percy and Flynn were all separated. And the screaming banshee was turned down. The Canadian flag had been knocked over. The building had been totally pulverized, and the crane had been knocked over. Ugh. Oof. Flynn and Percy weren't derailed. They pushed through the crane to get to Thomas. Nice work, guys, said Thomas. Thanks, said Percy. We have to get back to the island of Sodor. Phew, we're back at Sodor. Gee, you're still fighting that fire, said Finn. Uh-huh, said Belle. It's a rough fire without you. How about you? Maybe you should use some help, said Finn. They both fought the fire together. Soon, the fire was out. Phew, that was a close one. The whole shed could have burned down, said Belle. Gee, said Thomas, that could have been a wildfire. At least I hope Diesel 10 isn't plotting something against us. It seems like he's doing something fishy.